Hello everyone, welcome to Commerce Academy. In this video, we will be discussing regarding internal check for cash purchase. Okay, first as a part of introduction, let's discuss the meaning of internal check and we'll see with the meaning of cash purchase. Okay, first we'll see with the meaning of internal check means arrangement of duties of staff members in such a way that the work performed by one staff is checked by another staff. Okay, in simple we can say that internal check means one person checks the work done by the another person. Okay, so that is the meaning of internal check. Now we'll look at what is the meaning of cash purchase means purchasing of goods for cash. Okay, that is the meaning of cash purchase. Here cash purchase, who will purchase the goods? Here the company will purchase the goods. From whom? From the suppliers. Regarding the company, from the point of view of the company, this is being said. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. Let's discuss the first step in cash purchase, that is requisition. In simple way, if I have to say, requisition means a request given by the department to the purchase department in a formal manner is called as requisition. Okay, means nothing but the request given by various departments to purchase department. Request regarding what? Now you may have a question. Okay, request regarding the materials required. If it is a production department, then they may require raw materials, right? So, and in each department, their demand might vary. So based on the each department's need, they have to bring out their needs in the form of request, that is called as requisition slip. We'll look into it later. Okay, so they have to give it to purchase department. Why purchase department? Why? Because only purchase department has the right to purchase the goods or the materials whatever required. Okay, each department cannot go by themselves and purchase, so they have to give the request to purchase department only then purchase department will purchase. So that is the need of submitting the requests or needs to purchase department. Okay, we'll look into it in detail. Each department in the organization must keep a requisition book. When a department needs goods, they should fill out a requisition slip in 2 copies. Note this, requisition slip in 2 copies. Why 2 copies? We'll look into later. The slip should clearly state the quantity, quality and delivery time needed. So, as you know, it is a request. So, this requisition slip should consist name of the product or the name of the materials, the quality, quantity and delivery time. Okay, regarding these aspects, the requisition slip should consist. Then, duplicate slip is to be sent to purchase department. As I have said you, this requisition slip has to be submitted to purchase department. Why? Because purchase department is going to purchase. Now, as I said you, requisition slip is to be prepared in 2 copies, right? These 2 copies, one will be kept to their department only, another will be given to purchase department. Okay, here 2 copies, I'll write here 2 copies here, one for themselves then another for purchase department. Look into the second step, that is enquiry. Okay, on receipt of purchase requisition from various departments, the purchase department should send a letter of enquiry to the suppliers inviting quotations from them. In this step, if I have to say in simple, here once the purchase department receives requisition slip from various departments, by looking at the requisition slip, they have to make enquiry regarding where this material or the goods is available. Okay, with whom the purchase department has to inquire from? He has to inquire with suppliers. Okay, on behalf of the company, purchase department is doing the purchase. Okay, so the purchase department has to inquire regarding the availability with various suppliers. Okay, once he comes to know that such goods or materials or the respective goods or materials are available with the suppliers, he has to demand quotations. Okay, once he get the quotations, he has to verify he has to compare with various quotations that he has received, and he has to select which quotation will be the best. Okay, based on the less cost, good quality products, he will be selecting the quotation. So that is regarding the second step. Here, on the receipt of purchase requisition from various departments, the purchase department should send a letter of enquiry. So this purchase department has to prepare the letter of enquiry and send it to various suppliers. Okay, in formal way itself, everything will be dealt in the organization. So this is a keyword to be remembered. Let's discuss the third step, that is purchase order. Okay, after receiving the requisition slip, the purchase department should ask vendors for quotations and choose who offers good quality at a fair price. The department should then prepare 4 copies of purchase order, one for the vendors, one for the store, one for the accounting department, and one for itself. The purchase order should be written carefully and approved by the head of the purchase department. Let me explain in simple. First, we'll see with the meaning of purchase order. Purchase order means it's a formal document prepared by the purchase department regarding that he is interested to purchase goods from the supplier. Okay, this purchase department will send this document to the supplier. Okay, so we'll discuss the explanation in detail. After receiving the requisition slip, the purchase department should ask the vendors for quotation and choose who offers good quality at fair price. So this I have explained in the previous point itself, right? The department should then prepare 4 copies of the purchase order. Means once the purchase department selects the best among the best quotation among various quotation, means what? He will select the best quotation only when there is less price, good quality of products, and various other factors. Okay, based on that he will select the quotation. After he selects the quotation, he will be selecting one quotation. Okay, then he has to prepare 4 copies of purchase order. Who has to prepare? The purchase department has to prepare 4 copies of purchase order. These 4 copies of purchase order has to be given, one for the vendor, okay, one for the store, vendor means supplier, okay, one for the stores, one for the accounting department, and one for itself. One for itself, one for the supplier, one for the stores, and one for the accounting department. So 4 we have seen here. The purchase order should be written carefully and approved by the purchase department. Here, before sending the purchase order to the supplier, okay, when the purchase order is prepared, before sending it has to be approved with the head of the purchase department. Why it has to be approved? So that is the reason. Okay, this approval comes under internal check. Means if you, I hope you are able to relate this. One person's work will be checked by another. Here, the other members of the purchase department is preparing, and their work is checked by the head of the purchase department, right? I hope you are able to relate the concept. So that is the need of dual check. Okay, the purchase department should be the purchase order should be written carefully and approved by the head of the purchase department. Fourth step is regarding receipt of goods. When the purchase department receives goods, they should carefully check them against the purchase order and invoice. Then they must record the received goods in the goods invoice book, send the goods to store, and inform the concerned department about the receipt of the goods. Here receipt of the goods means receiving goods in simple, if I have to say. Okay, what are the steps to be taken after receiving goods? Look at this. When the purchase department receives goods, they should carefully check them against the purchase order and invoice. Look at this. There are 2 main terminologies here: purchase order and invoice. Okay, purchase order, as you know, purchase order is prepared by purchase department. Okay, invoice is prepared by supplier. Okay, in normal layman's language you call it as bill, right? So that is invoice. Invoice is prepared by supplier and it will be sent from supplier to purchase department. Purchase order will be sent from purchase department to supplier. Okay, so we can draw a diagram for you. Purchase department, and you can keep your supplier. purchase department sends supplier is called as purchase order, and when supplier sends the document, it is invoice. Draw this diagram and keep, then you will have clear idea regarding the concept. Okay, so that was the two terminologies here. Then see, whatever the goods have been received, the purchase department has to compare purchase order and invoice, and later on, after comparison, the both the documents have to be compared with the goods received. Okay, whether the goods correct mentioned goods in the purchase order and the invoice have been received or not. Okay, sometimes there may be a chance where the goods name will be mentioned in both purchase order as well as in invoice, but the supplier may have failed to put or dispatch the goods. Okay, so such cases also will be there. So then they must record the goods received in the goods inwards book. This is an accounting entry. Okay, then they have to send goods to store. The goods will be then sent to store and informed to the concerned department regarding about the receipt of the goods. Fifth step is invoice. The purchase department should review the supplier's invoice and send it to the accounting department for payment. The accounting department should compare the invoice with the purchase order and check if the goods are correct and calculations are accurate. They should arrange to pay the supplier. This is related to fourth point itself. Okay, nothing much is there. The purchase department should review the supplier's invoice. As you know, a purchase department has to compare purchase order and invoice, the same thing, and after comparison it has to be sent to accounting department for payment. Okay, the accounting department again compares the invoice with the purchase department. Okay, internal check again, work performed by one is checked by another, again you are able to relate it. If the goods are correct and calculations are accurate, they should arrange to pay the supplier. Means if everything is correct, they will instruct the cash department to pay the invoice to the supplier. Okay, so that is regarding the fifth point or fifth step. That was all about internal check with regards to cash purchase. Thank you for watching. If you were able to understand the video properly, then please give a like to this video. Then please subscribe, give a comment regarding how was my teaching, and if you have any doubts, you are free to put your doubts in the comment section also. Thank you. Bye bye.